Good day, everyone. Today I'm going to be discussing something very, very important, and I want us to really look into it. And it is the poverty of the third dimension. The way we are created by God is to function in dual capacity in the third dimension and in the fourth dimension. The fourth dimension is the spiritual aspect of the human creation, or we'll call it maybe the fourth eye, the ability to sense or the ability to know what the mind of God is, the ability to hear what the Spirit of God is saying at time. We call that the assessing the fourth dimension. But the physical human being is three dimensional. We can only see things if you are looking at anything, you can only see it in three dimensions. And there is so much limitation in just that. There is so much poverty of illumination in strictly a third dimensional living. As creation, God created us to both the spirit and then the flesh. And God told Adam that if they eat this fruit, shall surely die. Adam really did eat the fruit and then surely died. And because somebody have asked the question before, why did Adam not die? Because God told him that if they eat this fruit, he shall surely die. So the person was asking, but they ate the fruit and did not die. The truth is that they really died. And what died in them was the spirit man, the God consciousness died. So men became strictly physical, strictly three-dimensional. The God consciousness died. And then the ability to peep into the mind of God, the ability to hear God clearly, all of that died. And men became strictly flesh. And the way it is now for a lot of people is they have decided to now live their life in that level, because God have now sent Jesus Christ to die to bring us back to the pre-Adamic fall. Because the Bible had said that Jesus was made a quickening spirit. The purpose of that, the second Adam was made a quickening spirit. The purpose of that is to resurrect back that spirit man, to give us back that God consciousness, and to be able to hear from God part time. Because God created us and God created the world, He assigns responsibility to every of His creation and what is expected of every life. So any life that is born and that spirit man has not been resurrected will not be able to make very sound decisions. Decisions are going to be strictly physical. They are strictly going to be based on what you can see, science, what you can rationalize. Most of the decisions are going to be based on that. You may not be able to have a true grasp of the intentions of your creator, and that's very dangerous. Now imagine you giving trying to buttress the limitations or the poverty of the third dimension. Imagine you giving three boxes. One of the boxes has gold, one has sand, and one has stones. Now these three boxes are all of the same color, wrapped the same way, perfectly arranged and presented to you in a very presentable manner. And now you are told to make a choice. You have been poor all your life, and you are now told to make a choice. If you pick the right box that have gold, your narrative has changed forever. And now if you pick the wrong box, you remain poor forever until you die. Now, that's because you can see the boxes physically, you are not able to see the content. And that is the limitation of the third dimension. Now, you need a fourth eye to be able to make that kind of decision. You need an inspiration from above to be able to truly change your story forever. And that is it. So, we are limited as human beings without God. Anybody that has not got Jesus to resurrect that spirit man is extremely limited. If we move it to the place of marriage, there is so much limitation. Somebody by physical look sees a woman, if it's a man, feels like she's beautiful, feels like she's respectful, feels like she will be a very good partner, and even creates a date with her, but doesn't know that this same woman will not be able to make a good wife. Doesn't have the fourth eye to see that she's even possessed, carrying a lot of yokes in her life. Doesn't have this. I have a very good example of what happened in school. I saw the girlfriend of one of my classmates one time. And when I saw her, I knew that this girl is not normal. I knew that this girl is heavily possessed with assignments on her life. But The girl, my classmate that she's following didn't know. If he sees her like a very beautiful girl, and of course, because she was very beautiful, that is why he has gone to get her to be his girlfriend. Maybe if you ask him now, he's proposing to marry her. But I could see when I saw her, I could see what he was not seeing. He is limited, but I was not, because that fourth sense has been activated in my life. So that is it for marriage. Many people have made wrong choices even in marriage because there is limitation in the three dimensions. There is so much limitation in the physical view. You see somebody, you see a handsome man, you see he's wealthy, you see he's doing very well, he has all of what it takes to be a very good man. And then he proposes to you, you quickly accept. You will never be able to assess his real identity until you have the sense of the fourth eye. And it is only activated only in God. That is why it is extremely important, if you are not born again, in fact, to really get on your knees and ask Jesus to come into your life, because a lot of decisions you are going to make all your life, if you are not born again, may not, and will not truly be in line with the purposes of God for your life. You may end up, sometimes it's as bad as you may end up dying poor because you are not born again. It can be as bad, but although the devil have options for those that want to be rich, he can give them money in fraudulent ways. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about genuine riches that came from proper inspirations from God, that do this part time, do this. God inspires your work to do part time, and you see yourself at the peak. So you really, really need that. Then it can also be beyond making choices for marriage, beyond making choices for business. It can also be when you want to make a choice of career. You need the fourth eye. Sometimes you may just like a course. Sometimes you may just like, I see musicians, I want to be a musician. But that may not be the purpose of God for your life. Maybe because you enjoy music, you suddenly feel like, I want to be a musician. You start working hard. You may work hard all through your life and never be able to come to the limelight because you are lacking something. You have not been able to have the fourth eye. And that's why the Bible says men of Issachar are those that understand the times. There are those that have the capacity to understand divine perspectives per time. And those are the ones that have been able to get that spirit man resurrected that was dead in Eden. So this message is for you today. Get Jesus back into your life and get that spirit man activated again. It's going to help you throughout life decision, in every aspect of life decision, and even in godliness, to help you in everything. For those that have this activated, now getting this fourth dimension activated is not enough. It is exploring. It's not like when God will tell Jeremiah that what have you seen? He said, I saw an almond tree. He said, that has well seen. Now, sometimes some people may have activated, the Spirit of God may have come upon them, activated that spirit man that is able to sense the mind of God, but they have not found time. Because the way it is in the physical, that is how it is also in the spirit. In the spirit, in the physical realm, if you want to be good at anything, you need to spend time, and maybe you want to know mathematics, for example. You need to spend time and study maths. You need to take time and do your home, do the examples there. You need to review past questions. You need to solve. You keep repeating it until you're able to know, and you finish one topic, you go to the next topic continuously. And by the time you know, you are done with the full textbook. And then when somebody comes at you, bring this mathematics, whatever they say, you say, guy, I know that. You talk about this, you know it. That effort brings you to limelight in that course because you spend time exactly how it is in the spirit realm. If you desire, even if that aspect of you has been activated and you can sense God, if you don't find time to begin to explore those riches, those hidden riches of God, you don't have time for it, you may still be able to sense it. You may have the capacity to sense it, but you may not be able to domesticate it. You could sense it because the spirit man is alive, but you have not been able to find it. It's just like getting an admission into the university and refusing to read your book. That's the way it will look like. So not every Christian that is activated part time that is able to know all of the mind of God in all their decisions of life. So this is another addendum to what I've just said. God bless you. Meet you in the next video. If you are not born again, this is a call to you. Get born again so you can get that part of you activated. God bless you.